Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
87 degrees the air temperature and a dew point of 75. Southwest wind coming in at 3. It's a steamy afternoon with dew points of that value. You know, if we have any days over the next several days where the air temperature is less than 90, it's going to be because of cloud cover and rain showers, not because of a cold front, unfortunately. 86 degrees Wauchula, 81 Arcadia, 77 Mayaca City. Bigger storms occurring in those locations. 78 degrees in Parrish, 83 Bradenton, 87 in Sarasota, 86 Venice, 82 Inglewood, 83 in Punta Gorda. Big storms down there as well. We have across the region right now some fairly heavy showers in mostly inland locations in and around Wauchula, Ona, back toward areas of Mayaca, seeing some fairly heavy rainfall. Lakewood Ranch saw some heavy rains earlier. That's now since moved on. Parrish seeing some fairly heavy rainfall. And down to the south, we're seeing some moderate rain moving into areas mostly south of Charlotte County, but also areas of Rotunda have seen some fairly heavy rain. And it's more out here in Gulf waters, and it's all gradually drifting in this direction, riding on a westerly wind. But I think what we'll see through the course of the afternoon is a lot of the stuff that's out here in the Gulf start to decay just a little bit, and the showers and thunderstorms that are inland build a little bit stronger. You can see the line of heavier thunderstorm activity now starting to build as those showers move inland. All part of a trough of low pressure whose surface reflection are these two frontal boundaries. One of them kind of stalled out and is not doing much. The next one, which really has some drier, pleasant air back behind it, will be sinking south over the next day. It'll probably arrive in Florida by tomorrow or the day after, early, just after midnight, and it will park itself in north central Florida. I had hoped that it would get far enough south through central Florida that we might get just a little degree or two drop in our dew points and maybe a degree or two below the 90-degree mark. But it looks like it remains north, and we stay under this westerly wind flow or southwesterly wind flow. We stay warm and somewhat muggy over the next several days with these scattered rain showers, first in the morning near the coast, then focused more inland during the afternoon. We're also still watching the tropics, obviously. That's very important to our forecast in the next several days. Matthew's still continuing a trek that takes it into the Caribbean. It does not look as strong as it did, say 6-7 hours ago, but Hurricane Hunter aircraft have picked up increases in wind speeds, and thus they have upgraded the wind speed values just a little bit. It's still not a hurricane, but nevertheless, it is a strengthening storm. You can see how the shear is kind of taking some of these higher level feathery clouds and pushing them all to one side of the storm. Well, that's pretty good outflow, and we saw that earlier on, kind of a little bit more symmetric. So it is entering into this area of the Caribbean that doesn't generally favor any kind of development. The winds are not usually all that favorable. And we also have some dry air located just in advance of the storm as it progresses toward the west. Wind speeds now at 70 miles an hour. Needs another 5 to kick it into the hurricane category. West winds, west movement rather, at about 15. The forecast track still carries it toward the west under the influence of this high by Saturday, and then starts to lift it north. The good news is that the spread is a little less than it was 24 hours ago. In my next weather, I'll show you some of the computer model forecasts for this system, but right now this is the second or third forecast that's kind of kept it a little bit further to the east, which is good news for us, bad news for the Bahamas. West winds, southwest winds at about 10 knots will bring you a light chop on bay and inland waters, and the official Suncoast forecast is calling for daytime high temperatures. There we go. The top out about 90 for the next several days, and then of course we're watching the tropics very carefully on Sunday and Monday to see exactly where that system's going. Back to you, Scott.